because of the fact that even though the NFL is going to have a heightened salary cap, and if you haven't heard this, again, this is your Baptist Health offseason football report, a tweet from Dan Graziano literally about an hour and a half ago. The NFL today informed teams that the 2025 per-team salary cap will fall in the range of $277.5 million to $281.5 million. That's up from $255 last year. That's about a $25 to $28 million increase in the salary cap. You think about $25 to $28 million. That sounds like the kind of money annually a guy like Myles Garrett might get paid. So this really opens things up. To be honest with you, this cap increase, which again, Graziano reports the cap will have increased by more than $53 million over the past 2 years. This cap increase, it reminds me of what happened with the Golden State Warriors in the NBA in the summer of, I believe, 2016, following their loss to the Cavs, when Draymond Green reportedly hopped on the phone and hit up Kevin Durant and said, please pull up. The reason why the Warriors, after winning 73 games, after having a very expensive roster already, were able to open up a spot for Kevin Durant, a max contract spot, was because the cap spike in the NBA. Instead of smoothing the cap spike out over 5 to 7 years or so, the players who wanted their money now, they agreed to a cap spike. That opened up the door for Kevin Durant to be able to walk in, and therein goes the next 2 titles by way of the Golden State Warriors. I didn't believe it at first over the past week or so after Myles Garrett made his trade demand and said, I want out of Cleveland. I want to compete for a Super Bowl. When people were saying, Howie Roseman's hopping on the phone. Myles Garrett is going to be an Eagle. I did not believe it back then. But seeing this news and seeing the way that Howie moves, at the very least I can say I know the Eagles are going to take a swing for Myles Garrett and make a trade deal for him and give him an extension. And if they don't succeed, it will only be because there's a team that overbids for Garrett. Garrett to the Eagles now feels more real than ever, and I am extremely nervous about what that means for the rest of the league. That is your Baptist Health offseason football report, brought to you by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. I'm going to get your reaction on that, C-Cat and Tina, but before I do, I got to tell the good people about Baptist Health because they're the ones that deliver the offseason football reports. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Garrett to the Eagles. Are you nervous, C-Cat?
I am nervous. What the hell? It was hard enough.
Fair.
It was hard enough to pass, defend, pass block, and run block against the Eagles if you don't add Myles Garrett. And it's a lot easier when you can double Myles Garrett from within the AFC North.
Yeah.
So to put him on a spot where they won't be able to double team Myles Garrett, that's a little bit scary.
He's the most unblockable player in the NFL against the run and the pass. He's the most dominant force on defense. Not Micah Parsons, not T.J. Watt, not what's the fella's name over there in San Francisco? Nick Bosa, not Joey. He is the most dominant force. This is scary because not only is it the Eagles that can go out and acquire him, and of course you got to give up assets to get him, so you still are going to lose something, whether that's future draft picks or players in the deal. But he's now going to be able to go to a team that is a contender for sure, and it's not even going to hurt them that much to squeeze him onto their roster because of this cap spike. A little bit nervous. The rich get richer, Tina.
I think this is dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the word I would describe this.
I like that word because, damn it, it's going to be dangerous trying to find a way to block him plus the other guys on the team.
So what is the true and honest intention of raising the salary cap? Is it so that everyone gets a little bit more money, or is it so that we can pay these few and far between free agents a lot of money?
Well, I mean, the salary cap only rises because of the revenue share between the NFL and the Players Association, and it goes up based on the revenue of the league. So if the league makes more money, they split it with the players more. So it's like I believe the NFL is a 51-49%. I can't recall specifically. I know the NBA, I believe, is 50-50. And what happened in 2016 in the NBA that's when they signed their new media rights deals, and those deals spiked because the NBA was on top at that point. Like, think about 2015, 2016 when LeBron is dominating back and forth. He's come back to Cleveland. Like, people were locked in on the NBA. That's why, again, I say dynasties are good for the health of sports because people pay attention, whether they want to hate or appreciate. People pay attention to greatness. The NBA had that huge spikes because of their new media rights deal. I believe the same went for the NFL. Didn't they just change? They acquired the Amazon stuff and the Netflix and all of that.
Yeah, Netflix is in the running for afternoon slot for the NFL right now. So maybe even more streaming money.
And that is why the cap spikes. So it's not like the NFL wants to. They're going to continue as new deals get made. It's going to feel more smoothed out. This just means players are going to get paid more going forward. But what happens here is that now that you have this $30 million that freed up and guys are already under contract, the teams that have the most players under contract benefit. So teams that pay their players early, the Eagles, benefit from this. Teams that wait to pay their players, the Bengals, suffer.
Cowboys too.
Cowboys suffer. And I do think, again, this is another strike against the Bengals. Though they have more space to bring people in, the issue is they have 3 free agents now, and Trey Hendrickson, who led the league in sacks, T. Higgins, who was the best number 2 receiver in the league, and Jamar Chase, who was the best receiver in the league, Triple Crown winner. Those guys have as much leverage as ever. They're all coming off of career years, and they all just got this same tweet notification that we did. Oh, hey, Mr. Mike Brown, yeah, the cap went up, so the price of the brick is also going up with it.
And just as you think that the Eagles would love to bring Myles Garrett in, the Eagles are a great destination for Myles Garrett if he has the pick of the litter. Because you think about what the Browns do not offer him, which is 1, winning, and 2, he gets doubled, so his numbers are a little bit more watered down than they actually could be. Yeah. Where you cannot double team Myles Garrett, as I said before, but you're going to win consistently in Philly. I know they were the butt of the joke until they finally broke through and won their first Super Bowl about 8 years ago. But even before they won that Super Bowl, they have been a premier NFC power, but this consistently gave a good product to their fans and to their players.
They're always around. They're always in competition. Even in the years when they're not great, they're pretty good. They fight. Jalen Hurts and that roster right now that they have, I don't see the next 4 or 5 years. The getting is going to be good in Philadelphia, no matter if they get Garrett or not. If they do get Garrett, like Tina said, it's going to be what, Tina?
Dangerous.
I'm a little bit, again, nervous.
Like Russ Wilson said.
Yeah,
dangerous.
Maybe they should go get him to back up Jalen Hurts. Little security plan. Who's their backup out there again? It's he stepped in. Is it Kenny Pickett?
It is Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Native guy.
Exactly. And it was funny because Kenny Pickett had some spike times in Pittsburgh where he looked, because he had a couple of come-from-behind wins with the Steelers, one of which was against the Ravens in primetime, and Steeler fans were just laughing to themselves thinking,
we got it.
We got Kenny Pickett, and they've got Jalen Hurts across the state. Kenny Pickett is the future.
Yeah.
And it turns out he wins a championship with that team before you guys even make it to a really second round of the playoffs, because they've been one and done.
Right, yeah. They keep being one and done because they don't have a damn quarterback out there in Pittsburgh. Sorry about your Steelers, by the way, Tina.
It's okay.